Hello friends, this is teacher JB. Let us study English. We are studying the book English Grammar in Use, and today we are studying Unit 28, Must and Can't. Must and Can't. Here study the examples. My house is very near the motorway. It must be very noisy. We use must to say that we believe something is certain. You've been traveling all day. You must be tired. Traveling is tiring, and you've been traveling all day, so you must be tired. Joe is a hard worker. Joe, you must be joking. He doesn't do anything. Lois must get very bored in her job. She does the same thing every day. So remember, we use must to say that we believe something is certain. We use can't to say that we believe something is not possible. You've just had lunch. You can't be hungry already. We don't expect people to be hungry immediately after a meal. They haven't lived here for a very long time. They can't know many people. The structure is subject, must, or can't, and be, adjective, be ing, be doing, be going, be joking, or get, know, have, etc. Now study the examples. There's nobody at home. They must have gone out. Martin and Lucy expected their friends to be at home, so they're visiting them. They rang the doorbell twice, but nobody has answered. And Lucy says they must have gone out. There is no other possibility. For the past, we use must have and can't have. I lost past. I lost one of my gloves. I must have dropped it somewhere. That's the only explanation I can think of. We used to live very near the motorway. Did you? It must have been. Now, this is past tense, so you say it must have been. Sarah hasn't contacted me. She can't have got my message. Max walked into a wall. He can't have been looking where he was going. The structure is subject, must, can't, have been ing, have gone, have got, have known, etc. You can use couldn't have instead of can't have. Sarah couldn't have got my message. Max couldn't have been looking where he was going. Now let us do exercises. Put in must or can't. You've been traveling all day, so you must be tired. That restaurant blank be very good. It's always full of people, so must be very good. Must be very good. That restaurant blank be very good. It's always empty, so cannot be very good. It's always empty. I'm sure Kate gave me her address. I don't have it now with me, but I must have it. I must have it somewhere. I often see that man in this street. He must live here. He must live near here. It rained every day during their holiday. It have been very nice for them. It can't. It can't have been very nice for them. And then number 7, congratulations on passing your exam. You blank be very pleased. You must be. You must be very pleased. This will blank be correct. It's much too high. So cannot be. This bill cannot be correct. It's much too high. You got here very quickly. You blank have driven very fast. You must have been. You must have driven very fast. Bill and Sue always stay at five-star hotels. They blank be short of money. They cannot be. They cannot be short of money. Karen hasn't left the office yet. She blank be working late tonight. She must be. She must be working late tonight. Now complete each sentences with the verb, one or two words. I've lost one of my gloves. I must have dropped it somewhere. Their house is very near that motorway. It must be very noisy. You've lived in this village a long time. You must blank everybody who lives here. You must know. You must know everybody. I don't seem to have my wallet with me. I must at home. I must have left. I must have left it at home. And number 5. How old is Ed? He's older than me. He must blank at least 40. He must be. He must be at least 40. I didn't hear my phone. I must asleep. I didn't hear. Past. I must have. I must have been asleep. I must have been asleep. Okay. You're going on holiday soon. You must blank forward to it. Yes, I am. You must be looking forward to it. Okay. You must be looking forward to it. Yes, I am. I'm sure you know this song. You must blank it before. You must have heard. You must have heard. You must have heard it before. The road is closed, so we have to go another way. There must be blank an accident. So there must have been an accident. Do you have a car? You must blank. How could I afford to have a car? Do you have a car? So here you're answering. You must be joking. You must be joking. How could I afford to have a car? David is the managing director of large company, so he must blank quite a high salary. He must get, what he must have, he must be getting quite a high salary. Okay, now use the words in brackets to write sentences with must have and can't have. We went to our friend's house and rang the doorbell, but nobody answered. They must have gone out. Sarah hasn't contacted me. She can't have got my message. The jacket you bought is very good quality. It'd be very expensive. It must have been. It must have been very expensive. It must have been very expensive. I haven't seen our neighbors for the last few days. They must have gone away. So they must have gone away. They must have gone away. They must have gone away. I can't find my umbrella. I left the restaurant last night. I must have left. I must have. I must have left it. I must have left it in the restaurant last night. Amy was in a very difficult situation when she lost her job. Easy for her. It can't. It cannot. It can't have been easy for her. It can't have been easy for her. Okay. Now the last page. There was a man standing outside the cafe. He was there a long time. He must have been waiting for somebody. He must have been waiting for somebody. Waiting for somebody. Rachel did the opposite of what I asked her to do. She can't have understood what I said. She can't have understood. She can't have understood what I said. Okay. Number 9. When I got back to my car, it was unlocked. It was unlocked. I must have forgotten to lock it. 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 Number 10. My neighbors were making a lot of noise in the night. It woke me up. They have, okay. So they must have been having a party. They must have been having a party. Having a party. Okay. The light was red, but the car didn't stop. The driver, can't have seen the red light. The driver can't have seen the red light. The red light. The driver can't have seen the red light. The last one. Paul has had these shoes for years, but they still look new. Okay, so he can't have worn them much. Paul, he can't, and then have, we were worn them, the shoes them, much. Okay, friends, this is the conclusion of today's study. I will come back to you with another unit as soon as possible. Until then, keep studying English and have a great day. Bye.